Welcome to Encan Depot's warehouse. My name is Carl, and I'm just going to be doing an introduction here of their actual store itself and do a walkthrough just to let you guys know this guy sells reasonable prices for both desktop laptops as well as standard towers for computers. They also sell small products that you need on the side, like little odds and ends like mouses, keyboards, monitors, all at reasonable prices. Let's go take a look in and see what he has and go for a small little tour of it, okay? This place I highly suggest for people who are looking for good prices on computers secondhand. Most of the computers that they have here are from companies that have gone under or liquidating what they have as used computers at their place of work. And I usually highly suggest these guys because these are workstations and laptops meant for the business. It's always a good place to go to. I've gone here myself. Let's go take a look in. Oh, look at this. Nice little introduction there of all the motherboards that were sold. These ones here are actually ones from older systems. And let's take a look at what they have here. Good prices of laptops. 3 gigs of RAM, 160 gig hard drive, $239. Most of these, like I said, are coming from office environments, so these are really equivalent or higher up from the standard laptops that you would get at your local big box stores. Good pricing on some of the laptops here. I would highly suggest picking up one considering that they're good quality, and most of them are really great to have. As you can see here, boxes of keyboards, power supplies, cables coming out the wazoo. Here's the SATA cables that you can pick up for your internal hard drives. Oh, look at that. Here we go, we got some nice towers and desktop systems complete. Depending on the configuration, they come with usually 4 gigs of RAM, a large hard drive, and Core 2 Duo. That's a single processor with 2 cores in them. That's the usual bare minimum now that they usually get these one systems in. So I highly suggest, if you're looking for a system, minimum with a dual core processor, this is the place to go. They do on occasion update their website with ones that have 3 or 4 core processors in it. It'll vary day by day and week by week. So I highly suggest to go to Encan Depot to actually take a look in. And here we go. Some other ones. Some more here. These ones are good ones. I have a old IBM one, Think Center, and they've been very good to me. Here we go, power cables, something that you usually have, and conversion Molexes, which you can actually use for processors. See, these ones are really good. Some loose video cards and external casings. Those are great to have, especially when you have older casings to work with or older hard drives. You can actually add in and add them as external. Compressed air, always good to have. Let's take a look in the back. Again, more racked computers and printers. Always good to have. And you see, these are the actual products that you can actually purchase for your odds and ends. This is an auxiliary audio cable, 3.5 male to male. They're going for about $8, so that's always good to have. Again, more headsets. Here we go. Lightweight behind the head design. Headphone with actual microphone built in. Those are for web conferencing if you have to. Some more of them. Always good to have. And even more. Hey, my God. From Canada. Okay, so these ones are customized ones from a manufacturer that actually pre-builds them. Some more Dells. Here we go. We got some nice ones here. See, Core 2 Dual, 2.2, 2 gigs of memory, running at 2 gigahertz processing speed, and an 80 gig hard drive. See, some of them come with different hard drive configurations, so it all depends. And here we go. We got some LCDs on the top, always being worked. And these are good things for those who are looking for good laptop bags. These guys can't be beat. Always something good to have. I highly suggest getting some of these if you're looking for a replacement. Some more in the back, which we're not going to go into. And here we are. Some definitely unique styles of mouses. Good pricing, $9. Here's a converter, RS-232. Yeah, USB to RS-232 conversions. More mouses. Some fans with Molexes on them for internal use of the towers and desktops. This is for a tower. 120mm size format. And that's going for $7. So like this I don't really need personally, but I probably will get one when need be. And here's another Molex. Again, going for the CPU. And you can actually daisy chain this into more than one, so you have, it's basically like an extension, so you can actually plug it in at one power supply on the inside, connect this to the motherboard, and another one going out. Or no, actually this is actually for 2. So it's basically 2, 5, and 12 plus volts going in for the processor itself. So this is actually powering a processor itself on the motherboard. More power supplies. Variation of power supplies will go like this here example is a 280 watt power supply. I'm reading it upside down right there. 280 watts. So that's good. And here we go. Some more power supplies. This here is a USB-D connector. Yeah. Selling for $3. Not too bad. Telephone cable. Serial ports. Always good to have. Oh no, this is a video one. My mistake. Have to read the labels. Here's a USB to D right there. That's going for probably $6 or $7. And of course, power supplies. 12 volt. This is for a cigarette lighter. Going to a USB to power up usual devices like cell phones, or in some cases, if you have like GPS or other types that have this type of connection for the USB. And right, ooh, here we go. Something interesting here. Universal GPS accessory, premium leather case. This is good for your GPS if you have one. I do have one built. I do have one, which is a Magellan one. And a carry case I don't really need at this point. Some more USB. And some smaller mouses down below. And the case for your iPhone. And here's another one. Oh, ooh, a pink keyboard. Yep. Pink keyboard. Technology that's definitely stands out. This is something I guess the girls would usually like to have on their computers. Going for $13. Definitely pink mousepad. Okay. Definitely one that I don't need. And Usp Webcams. Again, this is something the girls would love to have, especially if they're into pink. Okay, this is just ridiculous. But that's just me. Some people like this, some guys like having this on their desktops. Speakers. USB, true USB voice speakers. $13. Something good to have for those who don't have a plug in the back and they're just too lazy to put it in. And here we go, we got some fans. Used probably for either CPUs or in the back, depending on the size that you need. This is smaller than the standard 120 millimeters. And oh, this is even smaller. This here is used for CPUs, processors on top. And this is to help relieve some of the excess heat on the CPU fins that are on top of the processors. This is usually very good to have on the inside, especially for desktops or for towers, depending on the size of the processing fan itself. More speakers. Here's some of the more industrial types. This is something that many people may not know. These are little add-on cards. This is a PCI adapter going for PCI to serial 2 ports. So this is basically an ISA card that you plug in the back, and you can add 2 serial ports to it. And here's some more PCI to USB connections. Again to add in some extra USB ports to your computer. And you do have some converters here too. So you have this one here that goes from USB to SATA drives or to IDE cables. External hard drives again, as you can see by the picture. Optical mouses, power adapters, power cords. Something always useful to have. More speakers. And more power supplies. Orion. And that's from HP on top of it. So that there's probably a 200 or a 300 watt power supply. Again, some more adapters, more connectors. Oh, here we go. A cleaning kit for your computers. For leather case for iPad 2s. This is something that I usually am into. This is actually something that you would add in to extend your network. USB Wi-Fi, USB adapters, some 8-port hubs or switches. Something that we always need to expand our networks. And let's take a look, last but not least, last row. And these again are some other extra adapters. Netbook cooling fans. Here's something useful, especially for those who have laptops. This is a Targus cooling. This is the bottom part of the cooling fan itself. This is something that I would highly suggest for those who need it for their laptops. Some extra cables, category 5, and extenders. Some more adapters. And basically that does it about it for the small tour here. Some more extra cases there for Disney on top of it. Anything that makes it good. And last but not least, some extended cables. Most of the stuff that we can use here. Keyboards, systems. Let's go. We're almost done here. Anyhow, that's a small tour from Encan Depot. I hope you like it. This is something I would definitely go for if it's something of your sort. I go here often enough, at least once or twice every couple of weeks. Always good to have. I never stop coming to this place because I'm a good client of theirs, and he actually saw my vlog in regards to it, and I'm doing this for him. So let's hope that you enjoyed the little tour and see what you guys think about it. I'll also put the website description down below. You can go visit it. Okay? Thanks, and have a great day.